before we hear his brand new single, John joins me now on the sofa. Woo! Welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
How long's it been?
It's been about a year now.
Yeah.
A bit, I think. Yeah.
Has it been busy?
Yeah, it's been creative, very creative.
Creative. Okay, so talk me through it. What have you got coming up? I heard brand new things are in the pipeline.
Yes, we've been working on a new EP, 7 tracks, and releasing the first single. We released it last Friday, and then the new EP's coming up in this Friday coming up.
Fantastic. And so people are going to be able to get that online as probably the best
on
way?
iTunes and Amazon, all the other places you can buy music, so yeah.
Now to recap, last time you were in, you were on a piano on Great Yarmouth Beach, I believe.
Yeah, freezing.
freezing. Can we expect similar style of music? Just remind us kind of what your music's about.
Yeah, it's like piano pop, basically, commercial piano pop. And for the last single, I was on Great Yarmouth Beach when I basically dragged my piano across the beach, which was never fun. But
very sensible, very sensible.
But the new video, which we just shot, is in a chapel, so it's a little bit still cold, but not as bad as not as hard as dragging a piano across the beach.
No, very good. And this was actually filmed in London, this one, which is kind of where you're based, but you have been all over the world, sort of doing all of this stuff.
Making music, and being very lucky. I'm still based in Yarmouth as well as London, so I'm back and forth from both places. But
and as you said, you're completely a local boy at heart.
Yes, absolutely.
And although you've been working in LA with people like Beluga Heights and the Monarch, who have just incredible artists under their books,
very lucky. Yeah.
It's the coastal fish and chips that bring you home.
They do. You've heard.
I heard this rumour.
Well, you can't beat them. There's no fish and chips like it around anywhere, really.
And so, what has been the highlight with the travelling? Who's been the best person to work with? Because there are some incredible people now that you've been learning from.
Last EP, working with Frank Music has been amazing, because someone I've always wanted to work with, and artistically he's great. So
also worked with Ellie Goulding.
Yes, he did work with him. Yeah.
Woo! Thank you, crowd. That's amazing, though.
But yeah, so
do you quake in your boots a little bit if you're with someone kind of that prolific?
Yeah, it's about getting stuck in, to be fair, the music and seeing what comes out. It's I love writing with other people, and new things come up, and it's always good to see someone else's creative side and influences you in a different way. So no, I love it, absolutely love it.
And speaking of influences, let's talk a little bit about this album and kind of where your inspiration and things have come from. We're going to be hearing When You Truly Love Someone at the end of the show, which I'm assuming might be about when you truly love someone.
It's the heartbreak that goes with it as well.
Right, okay.
It's basically a track about, love is never easy for anyone, regardless if you're in love with a guy or a girl, it's equally as hard. So when I got to the piano, I started writing this track, and this melody came up, and I started putting some lyrics together.
This is very Adele of you.
Well, I don't know, maybe.
Do they know? Does the person know it's about them? I always wonder that. When people bring out these heartfelt songs.
You're not allowed to tell them, are you?
I think like a public tweet.
Maybe.
They might want money to get it.
Yeah. They might take royalties.
I do that too. Keep to myself.
What kind of other stuff is on the EP?
There's a various mixture of tracks. I've got a track about, unfortunately my mum passed away last year, so there's a track dedicated to her as well.
Sorry.
It's alright, and so I wanted to make a personal track there. So the whole EP is very personal. Yeah,
so with things that are kind of really tragic, do you feel vulnerable when you perform them?
A little bit. It's hard performing them. It's harder performing than writing them, but it's almost like a therapy, to be honest with you, to go through.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of like body of work that I kind of tried to do.
And when your family kind of listen to that music, it must mean so much to them at the same time.
Fingers crossed, yeah, they like it and stuff. But obviously it's very personal to them. Yeah.
It sounds like there's so much of you in this EP. I cannot wait to hear the track at the end of the show.
Frozen.
Yeah, heart and soul. Well, thank you so much for coming in
and telling
us about it. It was really lovely to see you again.
Yes,
and I'm going to catch you gigging in London when you're playing. But well done, amazing stuff that you're making. Now it's Wednesday, so it's time to hear those lovely local stories that you at home have been sending in over the last few weeks. Here is this week's Local Life.